Do you feel like you often catch your foot on the ground or trip every time you walk? If you do, then this video is going to show you how to fix it. Hi everybody, my name is Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be giving you one simple exercise that you can use to stop you from tripping. Now, before we dive into the content of the video, if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel using the link in the bottom right of the video, because then you'll be the first to hear about our new content when it comes out. Now that that's been said, let's talk about tripping. Now, a lot of my clients, before they come to see me, they'll arrive and they'll say, I've been tripping lots and lots. I'm walking and I'll catch my foot on the ground, or maybe I'll struggle to step up a step or a curb. And they lose their confidence as a result, because obviously tripping is dangerous. Tripping is often the precursor to a fall. And especially for over 50s, which is the population I tend to treat, a fall can be very, very dangerous. So we need to avoid tripping if we want to ensure that you can walk safely. Now, there are a few reasons for tripping which often occur, but when we're thinking about tripping, what we're talking about really is catching the foot on the ground, which means that the person who's tripping is not able to clear their foot very well from the ground. Now, there are two different areas of the body which can be responsible for someone not being able to clear their foot from the ground when they're walking. The first area is the ankle. Okay, as you walk, your ankle lifts up like this to clear your foot from the ground as your foot swings through. Now, if you can't lift your foot up using the muscles we call the dorsiflexors, you're often going to catch your toe on the ground as that foot tries to swing through. So that's a problem with the ankle that can cause tripping. So weakness in the dorsiflexors is a big problem. We see this in, I would say, the most magnified circumstances when someone has something called a foot drop, which is where the nerves that supply the ankle muscles aren't reaching the target destination, so the signals are not getting through, so the ankle muscles aren't working properly. So a foot drop is the extreme, but some people just have weakness in these dorsiflexor muscles in the ankle, so that is a priority to get fixed. Now, the second area of the body that can cause tripping if it gets weak is the hip. So when we swing our legs through, the thing that generates the power to swing your leg through as you walk is the hip flexors. And these are the muscles that live at the top of the hip at the front of the body. So the hip flexor will contract and that brings the knee through so your whole leg follows. Okay, and if your hip flexors are not working well, we're not getting that lift of the thigh, which is lifting the knee and then lifting the ankle as well. So it's the first part of the movement, and if it's not correct, we're going to get tripping because, again, the foot is not clearing the ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you an exercise now which is fantastic for fixing both of those issues. It's very simple to do. You can do it at home, and if it's done correctly over time, it should reduce the incidence of tripping on the ground. Let's have a look at the exercise now. So as I explained to you earlier in the video, there are two muscles that if they become weak, they can cause people to trip when they walk. And those two muscles are here. The first one is this muscle group at the front of the shin, which does this movement. So it brings your foot up at the ankle, it lifts the toes. So when we swing our legs when we walk, we can clear our foot from the floor by lifting the toes up. We call these the ankle dorsiflexors, and they do that. Now, the second muscle group, which is very important to stop you from tripping, are the hip flexors, which are these muscles here at the front of the hip. And these are the ones that are responsible for bringing your knee forward when you take a step. So if they're not working well, we're not getting much power from the hip, and then consequently our ankle has to work double hard. And if it's not working hard enough, again, we will trip. So if we get the hip flexors stronger and the ankle dorsiflexors stronger as well, that's going to improve our walking and stop us from tripping. So I've got one very simple exercise you can use at home to strengthen up both of these muscles. We're going to kill two birds with one stone and work both of them in one simple exercise. So all you need for this exercise is a stool or a bottom step. You can use your stairs at home. And what you're going to do is you're going to choose the leg to work on the one that you've been tripping. Now, if you've been tripping on both legs, you're going to do one at a time. So you do your right first and then your left. But we're going to say for argument's sake that it's been my right that I've been tripping on. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the leg that you've been tripping on up on the step like this. And this is a two-stage movement. So we're going to do two actions combined to tackle both of those muscle groups. So the first thing we're going to do, standing up nice and tall, is you're just going to use your ankle muscles to lift your toes up off the step. And you're going to lift your toes as high as you can whilst keeping your heel on the step. So that's the first stage of the movement. And then the second stage of the movement is this. You're going to lift your knee up as well whilst keeping that ankle contracted too. And then once you've done that, you're going to drop your knee and you're going to drop your toes. And that's one repetition. So I'll show you again. You are allowed to hold on to something if you're doing this by your steps. You're going to pick your toes up first, and then you're going to lift that knee as high as you can. Hold for a second, and then down, heel down, toes down. So again, lift the toes, lift the knee, hold for a second, and then heel down, toes down. Just like that. So that would be 3 repetitions. So up again, lift the knee, and then heel down, toes down. And if you're doing this correctly, after a few repetitions, what you should feel is some tiredness here at the front of the leg and some tiredness here at the front of the shin. That's a good thing. It means that you're working those muscles to a point of fatigue, and it means that they're going to eventually get stronger if you keep working them. What we usually recommend people do is they spend about, 5 or 10 minutes working on this a day. You might split it up into sets of 10 repetitions and do that 3 times per day, or maybe 4 times a day. And over a period of about 4 to 6 weeks, what most people notice is less tripping, more confidence when they're walking, and just more safety when they're out and about on their feet. Give it a try and see how you get on. So that's a great technique that you can use at home to stop you from tripping when you walk. I hope this video has been helpful, and if it has and you've learned something new, give it a try and then let us know in the comments how you get on. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below and feel free to pick up a copy of my book if you'd like more of this kind of content from me. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can find it on Amazon using the link below the video. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you very much for your time and for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next one.